welcome to episode 8 of the PDS podcast. In today's episode, we'll be chatting with our guest about storm chasing, winter weather, and being a cow. But before we get started, I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsor for today's episode, Miracle Dent Repair. We'll hear a little bit more about them a little later in the show. And also, if you're watching us live right now, remember that this is the raw and uncut version of the podcast, which means you may see or hear some things that don't make it into the final episode.
Like a bunch of giggling. There will be so much giggling tonight.
I never giggle. I never.
Also, during the break, you will have an opportunity to ask today's guests some questions of your own. Please send them to us in the comments. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Our special guests for tonight are Jenny Dorkadoodle Hagan and 2% the storm chasing cow. Jenny is an award-winning and internationally published photographer and has been chasing Canadian prairie storms for 12 years. From fires, floods, tornadoes, hail, and blizzards, she covers everything with enthusiasm and a smile, and always with a coffee in hand. 2% is her partner in crime and the only storm chasing cow in the world. Welcome to the show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, everybody.
So I want to start this off with questions for 2% because, I mean, she is the star. So
I'm in denial on that. I don't know.
Right? You bring her up and then she just takes over.
She does.
So 2%, where did you get what are you made after and how did you end up with such a unique name?
I think everyone knows the movie Twister. Well, the most iconic scene in the movie, I must say, is the flying cow. Well, baby, I got wings. I think most people assumed I was mech steak, but my maker Jill gave me to Ginny to keep my storm watching skills. I couldn't be the lost flying cow forever, so I acquired the name 2%. About as much effort I put into helping Ginny.
True.
Ooh. And you got kind of the Children of the Corn thing going on for your voice. I like it.
So 2%, what does it feel like to be the only storm-chasing cow in the world?
That's bovine wind expert to you, dude. Ha ha ha, it's an utterly amazing job.
Yeah, I don't know. She gets mad at me for calling her a cow. Bovine wind expert.
Bovine. Well, we'll fix that in the show notes. So we like to get into the hard hitting and the really critical news. So we need to know 2%. Do your farts really hurt the environment?
That's a question.
Mine? You guys have never sat next to this woman after her 6th espresso. Talk about the environment.
Thanks for that.
Shots fired.
Wow. It's going to be an awkward chase.
All right. This is probably the most serious question of all. Where does chocolate milk come from?
You don't want to know. Believe me. Just enjoy the fact it tastes wonderful.
All right.
Kind of like hot dogs. Just don't ask and enjoy
Yeah,
it.
just don't ask.
So you mentioned that you were in the movie Twister 2%. Did you do all of your own stunts while you were in the movie?
Well, they wanted Betsy to do the stunts, but her rump roast was a bit too big to fit on screen. Don't worry, Aunt Meg gave her a part in the movie anyway.
Oh.
Do we dare ask what part that is?
I'm guessing she was a delicious steak.
Did you see the cow out back? I don't think we saw Betsy out back.
Slaughter your own beef. Very cool.
So what is it like to chase with Jenny? You can tell the truth. This is a safe space.
Hey, be careful.
Ginny is okay and all. We all know I'm the real star. They don't let cows drive. Which is lucky for her because there's times I would have left her positive, giggly butt on a back road. Do you have any idea how much coffee this lady consumes? She's a springboard of energy. Honestly, she takes me to some fun places and makes me look good on screen. Even when she locks me in the back seat when I roll in the mud. So rude.
It's true. You see how filthy she gets out there.
That, that is. I don't even know what to say to that. 2%'s a little bit sassy.
Yeah, I'd say so. But nothing wrong with a little bit of sass, right?
I might be stuffed and have no bones, but I'm still better looking than that Manitoba storm spotter.
All right, I see how it is.
Oh, I think there's going to be some fisticuffs on the back roads this spring.
Warned you, she
I wa-
put a mouth on her.
I don't know how well Linex can handle a cow, but hopefully we don't have to
Bovine
find
wind expert.
Oh, right,
Bovine
right,
mood
right.
expert.
out. My mistake, 2%. I apologize. Well, Curtis?
Did I miss a question?
No?
No, I
Okay.
think we're
I
moving
was
on.
going to say, I already threw my page down. I hope I didn't miss anything. You have to go digging for it.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to bring us into the first break or if you wanted me to do it.
Oh, I didn't circle it. So I was really smart tonight, and I printed off my script in black and white when we clearly have it color-coded. So I have no idea whose turn it is to talk and whose it isn't. So now that Jordan's pointed that out, we will take our first 5-minute break here.
So if anybody that's watching live has any questions or comments for us, now's the time to let us know in the comments. If you have any questions for Jenny or 2%, feel free to let us know. And hello, Shane.
Hey, Shane.
And when
Fair.
did you want to get Jenny to give the promo recording?
Oh, we
You
can do
guys
it
are gonna make me
after
do
the show.
promo recordings?
We are.
You guys are mean.
A little bit.
By the way, Curtis, you didn't get a hello from Shane.
Oh, that's fine.
That's my payback for 2% making fun of me.
2% is just all after you. I lost my pen. I was going to write down that exit to the first break because we don't have anything written down in the script for that.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what I did with my pen.
This is why live's so much fun, isn't it?
Right? So I would wait till the break to be honest, though.
Yeah.
This part all gets
There we
chopped
go.
out.
Except for the people watching live.
Well,
Yeah.
it's all right, Shane.
That's their chance to shine. Yeah, I can't wait for storm chasing this year either, Shane.
Aw, and thanks, Andrea. I get some love.
We did have that up on screen to start. It was the first comment to come in.
I don't have my glasses on.
Tisk tisk.
2% would be all over you if you wore your glasses.
Oh yes.
So how did you and Joe make out the other night? Did you get him to do the TikTok dance?
No, he never did.
What a wiener.
But he's gonna do it on the next one. I got to get him to do the dad dance. He did totally get biffed by the wind, flat on his ass.
Perfect. Did
That
you
went
at least
up on
catch it on video?
Yeah, it went up on Twitter.
Awesome.
I kind of said I was threatened to take his phone if he didn't post it, so it's going up regardless.
There's nothing better than people falling over and hurting themselves.
Especially not it being me. It's so much better when it's not me.
So just a reminder, anybody watching live, if you have any questions during the break, now's your time to send them to us and we can answer them for you. That 2% segment went a little shorter than I was expecting it. We're only 10 minutes into the episode.
That's all right. The next 21 questions will take time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny always goes over. Sorry, not sorry.
I figured we'd be okay. Once we get Jenny wound up, she'll be fine.
More coffee.
Here's Joe's excuse.
Wasn't caffeinated enough and his balance was off.
I might be able to, concur with his, because Jenny kind of hogs the coffee.
That's what it sounds like. 2%'s ratting you out.
I might have drank like a whole pot and then had to go refill.
Gee. Well, should we jump back into it? If there's not Oh, there's questions coming in. Never mind.
Hey, Johnny Brothers, when are you coming to kidnap me and take me back to your place? I don't know. That sounds a little
Risky.
a little inviting and risky. Yeah.
You got a basement, right?
If I wanted to start a Facebook page with storm chasing like you great people do, what do we have to start with?
Just
Yeah,
make
open it up.
Yeah.
Start one on Facebook and get after it.
Yeah.
Start a page, post your pictures, and have at it. Let it grow naturally.
There's a few storm chasing groups across the prairies that you can join.
Yeah.
We got Alberta Storm Chasers, Saskatchewan Storm Chasers. You can, share it onto those pages and get your work out there.
Probably stay away from the Manitoba Storm Spotters, though.
It's not
They're
Manitoba
sketchy.
Storm Spotters. It's Manitoba
They're
Storm
sketchy.
Chasers.
Oh, sorry.
Are you sure?
Manitoba
When
Storm
did you change that?
like 3 years ago.
Oh,
Manitoba Storm Spotters is the group that my followers can go in and send their storm pictures to and stuff now.
he's
Lauren
upgraded
says-
to chaser level.
Jenny! Sandy, hello from Winnipeg.
See, that's
Yep,
what happens when you chase blizzards.
I know. Oh,
Yeah.
totally dries you out. Especially when it's like 96 kilometer hour winds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Curtis knows all about it. He got stuck in my town the other night.
I did on the way back from Fargo. I made it as far as Portage, and that was the end of my highway experience for that day. It had been about 10 hours, and I went 400k.
Oh,
It was terrible.
love it when it gets that nice.
It was good. We got to plan this episode in person.
Yeah, that was nice. All right, well, if we don't have any more questions, I guess we can play our sponsored ad and get back into the show.
Perfect.
And Curtis, just a reminder, you're bringing us back in from the advertisement.
Look, I circled it.
Good. All right, yeah, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hail damage. It can happen at any time, and when it does, bring it to the hail repair specialists at Miracle Dent, because dents are what we do. Our paintless dent repair process maintains your original factory finish with no repainting or parts to order. You'll have your vehicle with its original factory paint back in no time like it never happened. If Mother Nature has put a dent in your summer, come to Miracle Dent Repair. Dents are what we do.
All right, we're back. Now it's time that we learn about Jenny and all of her storm chase, or all of her light. Let me try that again. You can just cut that whole thing out, right?
Yeah.
Where's the beeper button here, Jordan? Come on.
That was jeepers. All right. All right, we're back. Now it's time for our 21 questions segment where we get to learn all about Jenny's life as a Canadian storm chaser. So since we have our own podcast, I really like to take advantage of it and ask each of our guests what their secret weapon is when they're reading the models, or what they like to what's that one thing that you see when you're looking for a storm that you know you're going to go.
As far as the models go, I don't know if there's a particular secret weapon on that one. What I would say is my advanced knowledge of the landscape, the province and its topography. So I find that my experience with that, knowing where these storms really take off, has been kind of my secret weapon. I spend lots of time driving in this province, and watching the skies.
So I know you're already a very interesting person, and I know there's not probably much that people don't know about you. But what is something interesting that most people don't know about you?
Oh, I'm the most boring person in the world. Come on.
I call bullshit, but okay.
Yeah, me too.
Shit. Let's see. I was on a provincial skating team for many years. So I found my old dress this year, so strapped it on after 23 years and spun around on the highway. Might just have to start presenting the winter weather in that thing.
Please tell me there's a video of that online somewhere.
There is.
That one is on TikTok.
Alrighty.
I've seen that. It is hilarious.
It's on TikTok, and then it's on at the very end when I fell on my butt. So the blooper reel did make the YouTube video.
So what made you do that? Like what part of, oh my god, it's a huge blizzard, it's miserable out, let's put some spandexy dress on and go figure skating on the highway? Like what was your...
This is just how the random Jenny thoughts pop up. It's just like, ooh, this is a great idea. Let's do it. But except I couldn't find my old tights, so I was actually bare-legged.
Oh, gee.
So if anybody that's listening to this podcast right now wanted to find that video, where would they go for that?
I think the just regular video, it's both up on the Twitter and my TikTok at LostInSK.
Awesome.
So since you're obviously interested in the weather because you skate around in a tutu in it, what got you interested in the weather?
So weather has always been an interest and fascination of mine since I was like a little kid. I remember being like glued to the window, my little chubby cheeks, watching lightning while my sister cried in the corner. And I think most people have heard the story where I took a ride in a tent in a plow wind. And when I moved out to the West Central area here, the first summer, there was just tornado warnings like every night. And I was just like so excited. So I take my pedal bike and 12 years old riding out to the edge of town to watch these, just hoping I'd get to see a tornado. So yeah, always been a fascination and a passion of mine.
So you've been doing some weather presenting for one of your local, I guess it'd be a news station?
Yes, Kindersley Social.
All right. So what do you enjoy the most about presenting the weather?
Well, I'm not sure most of you guys know this, but 3 years ago, I actually you wouldn't have caught me dead in front of the camera, especially speaking in front of a camera. So it's been moving out of my comfort zone over the past few years. I'd say the extremes of nature is something that really is exhilarating and awe-inspiring for me. And nothing quite explains the experience of being in the middle of that. So I guess the favorite thing is being able to give people a front row seat to sort of what it is actually like out there and experience it through my eyes. And I get to share a little bit of my love and passion for weather at the same time.
Perfect.
That's neat.
Who's been your most important professional mentor?
I'd say for me, my biggest mentor has probably been Kyle Britton. We kind of came up together in the weather world around the same time. I think he was a few years on the scene, kind of a few years after me, but he has this like uncanny ability to like just retain data in that brain of his. I don't know how he does it. For me, like I've always kind of been able to read the sky and assess what's happening. But forecasting was something that I kind of really had to learn. And he shared a lot of his knowledge with me, and in the process, we became really close friends over the years. And even though we're kind of peers, I think I'll always, look up to him and admire his work.
Right on.
What has changed the most since you started chasing?
The biggest change, I think, from when I started chasing would be the access we have to data. Back in 2010, when I kind of started getting out there, really, we didn't have access to good radar while we were out in the field. So you really had to rely on being able to assess the sky, know what was happening, where these storms were moving, because we didn't have that access to good radar.
Curtis, is that your furnace in the background I'm hearing?
Oh yeah, it probably is. Sorry.
No worries. Where was I? So I know you're a huge snow junkie, but tell me, what's your favorite structure, tornadoes or snow, and why?
Zappers.
That works too.
For sure, zappers. Actually, all things weather, I really actually love. Structure is great for the studying and imagery in Saskatchewan when you can get back and you got that wide open sky, so you can get some epic shots because we've just got an abundance of things to put in front of the sky. I think we all love tornadoes. It's exciting when we can get one, but that's not really the specific reason I chase. Yeah. If I don't catch a tornado and I get great structure, I'm excited. Snowstorms, I think they're kind of the most fun to chase, though. Like, it's something that you can really have fun with. I can let my goofiness shine because there's not a whole lot of destruction that's actually happening during those storms. So I get to let my goofy side shine a little bit more.
And they're not
but
really.
I don't.
Yeah, and they're not really as rushed either as like a severe supercell would be and stuff. So you definitely have more time to play.
9 hours and look at a wall of white.
Oh, dear.
You found the video. Little rusty.
Oh, you're muted, Curtis.
Sorry, there we go. The goofy side she was talking about.
Yes, a little bit rusty. I think everybody loved me trying to drink coffee in the storm.
Well, I could probably go dig that up.
That was a good video.
What challenges do you face as a storm chaser?
I think there's lots of challenges that we face as chasers. You're in some of the most extreme weather conditions that this country has to offer. And then you're battling the bad road networks because, let's face it, it's lots of elements to play with.
Lots of goat trails.
Yes. Random, like gravel to goat. And I think when things really get going, there's the aspect of trying to stay safe as possible in those kind of conditions. I know for me as a female solo chaser, there's some other aspects of safety that I definitely have to be more aware of as years go on. So being out there alone, I've ran into a few sketchy situations where I kind of questioned, the safety of me being out there alone. I'm lucky enough that I have a very close relationship with like chasers across all the provinces. So I know they're, just a phone call away. So it's just been kind of an interesting safety aspect that I've had to kind of put a plan in place for. Because, there's definitely a lot of weird people out there.
That really, I think that bugs me more than I should let it. But just the fact that people can't feel safe while they're out by themselves, that something like that really bugs me.
Yeah.
You never know who's coming up on you when you're out there in the middle of the night in the dark. And there is ones where I've had to get in my vehicle and lock the doors.
We need to do better as people.
Yes. Um, Tell me about the three most influential people in your life and how they impacted you.
Oh. I guess I'd have to say my grandpa would be one. He taught me kind of the joy of the outdoors. I'd go fishing with him all the time. His little nickname for me was he'd flip up my ponytail and call me his little horse's beep. But Jordan was waiting for
Hold
the beep
on,
button.
there we go.
And then I would say my aunt, because she taught me how to laugh and find joy in just about every situation, to embrace my inner weirdo for sure. And, the other person I would say that actually has been influential on my journey is Jacqueline Whittle. For me, she was one of the first Canadian women of weather that I got to watch on screen, getting out and into the thick of things, with this infectious smile and hair flying everywhere. Actual storm chasing seems to be a more male-dominated industry, especially on screen. So seeing her up there in the thick of everything really kind of showed me that I could pursue my dreams and be there as well.
That's awesome. I like that. But for an industry that's supposedly supposed to be male dominated, was Joe not like the leader of the dot pack in Twister?
Yeah, she was. See, that's like
Right?
Joe
Like-
was pretty much the only on-screen woman that I can think of for storm chasing.
But like she's a badass.
Oh yeah. Totally.
So with your new venture with Kindersley Social, can you talk about what it is that you're actually doing with them?
Ooh, my first paid weather gig. This has been like 10 years in the making, so it's exciting. I'm totally pumped for it. I'm going to be doing weather reports and streaming live from the field, with appearances on, they've got this Kindersley Social TV, so I'll be doing kind of a once a month in front of a green screen. Now my footage, especially the winter storms, have always kind of made it coast to coast and a lot of times around the world. But I seem to be kind of missing the mark on the local side of things. And it's nice to be able to support locals. So to be able to work with the local station is just exciting for me.
Right on.
And then I also got another one working with the newspaper, West Central Voice, and the Weekly Bean, which is going to show a little bit more of my explorations.
The Weekly Bean sounds like a coffee-related topic.
It is.
Yes, it does.
It actually is. It's a little coffee shop magazine or thing. You know those little funnies you read in stories?
Oh, perfect.
Awesome.
I know, people drinking coffee, reading my stuff. It's like, it was meant to be.
Like the dream come true. That is like the dream. What's your favorite province to chase in?
Saskatchewan.
Why?
You know, we've got these wide open skies and farmers don't like to like throw anything out or knock anything down. So we got like an abundance of foreground that we get to play with.
We do have a bunch of old junk.
Yes, I love old junk.
Unfortunately, I can't say the same about Manitoba.
No, that is a foreground barren province.
Alberta really isn't that great either. There's a few
Yes.
things in there, but just not much.
Yeah, I think Saskatchewan takes the gold medal for that one for sure.
Yeah, farmers here don't throw anything out. It's all treasure.
My precious.
What's been your greatest weather-related accomplishment to date?
I don't know. There's been so many amazing things that have kind of happened these past few years. It's been just kind of a wild and crazy ride. So I'd say I had some footage picked up for a TV show called Weather Gone Viral. So on a US network station, which was kind of neat. And then the other one would probably be able to film that Darcy, Saskatchewan tornado from start to finish from one spot. That's the first time I've been able to film a tornado in its like entirety.
That was a pretty one.
Yeah, I was sitting on my couch for that one.
Yeah,
Pretty
me
happy
too.
about
The one
Oh.
that got away.
The one. Well,
You learn your lessons.
the days that I think I shouldn't chase are the days I should chase.
Yeah.
That's
So-
usually how it is.
So that's kind of a good segue into our next question. What has been your biggest failure and how did you learn from that experience?
Oh, I think failure is just a huge part of being a chaser. That's how we learn. It kind of fits in with the last question. I think, not chasing that southeast corner of Saskatchewan. I think it was 2020. Because I thought the models kind of looked meh. And I'm like, do I really want to drive 4 hours? Doesn't look that great. And then it dropped like 5 tornadoes. So when the
Yeah.
similar setup came for this Darcy area tornado, there was absolutely no way I was missing that setup.
It's
And I
too
think-
close.
3 tornadoes that day. So
If it makes you feel better, I missed that one in southeast Saskatchewan too. I felt the same way as you, so I decided to play southwest Manitoba instead and sat under blue skies all day.
But it's safe under the blue
Manitoba,
skies.
It's either like this epic explosion of chaos or absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But
It
I don't know
doesn't
if you
happen
guys
in
know,
between.
though. Storms
just
are
not
dangerous. You want to be under the blue sky. That's where it's safe.
So out of all of the amazing weather events you've covered, which one's the most important or stands out the most to you?
I think Tilston, Manitoba tornado. It was my first experience with a destructive kind of like wedge giant tornado. And for me, that was something that taught me a lot. Getting to experience that firsthand.
What kind of things did it teach you?
Scariness.
Why you want to be under the blue skies?
Yes. When you're sitting on a road and you've got funnels popping up behind you, beside you, and you got down power lines in front of you and pavement ripped out, and it really taught me the importance of having your exit strategy.
Well, I'm glad you learned it, and I'm glad you're okay. If you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
Oh, I'm totally buying like a Beetle. And I'm going to turn it into this like Baham style machine with big mutters. And it's going to be my new chase vehicle.
Oh, are you going to have like a bubble on top that 2% can stick her head out of?
Oh, for sure.
And get some of those goggles?
Just a whole dome for her to look on.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to go and buy a log cabin in the middle of the mountains.
Oh,
That sounds nice.
So I can ignore all of you.
just completely, finally get into the Kindersley social and onto your TV, and then just disappear. Perfect. What songs can we? What songs can we find on your Storm Chase playlist?
Ooh, music is like life to me. It's kind of the downside to like live streaming is you got to be careful what's playing. Don't want your copyright infringements. But I listen to actually a mix of everything from country to like trap violin, rap, R&B, pop. My Get Going song. Yeah, it's a little dorky, but it's Ready, Set, Let's Go by Sam Tinnis.
Oh, we should have totally had that queued up. So
Just
is
gets me amped up.
that's where you get the nickname Dorkadoodle then.
So some chasers like to, be right up in there under the storm, getting hailed on in the bear's cage, etc., etc. Other ones like to be, far away, shooting the whole structure, everything like that. What would you say is your preference?
Well, I prefer not to lose a windshield. So I'm usually a little further back shooting structure. I think for most of us as chasers, we know the risks of being up and in the bear's cage. And when we decide that we're going to go play in there, it's a very calculated risk we take. Man, though, I've been hammered by like baseball size hail, and that is like deafening.
Yes, it is.
My poor minivan.
Minivans are the best chase vehicle.
It is the best. That's what I need, a 4x4 minivan.
There you go.
Like the A-Team van.
Yeah.
Oh,
That thing would look wicked going in storms.
and they've got super
Wait.
comfy, like, velour seats that you can sit in while you're waiting.
Plush.
Big graphic of 2% on the side of it.
Oh, I think we're onto something here.
Lightning bolt.
Coming out of her fingertip. Or her hoof tip.
Her hoof tip.
Her horn.
Her unicorn horn. If you can be remembered or would be remembered for one thing, what would it be for? What would you want it to be for?
I'd say my smile and my kindness. But let's face it, it's going to be my coffee addiction and playing in blizzards.
But there's worse things.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone starting out as a storm chaser?
To connect with people that are seasoned chasers. Chasing is a very dangerous hobby if you don't know what you're doing out there. And I've seen the public put themselves in such like sketchy situations that just has me like, oh, like we've got access to the tools, the data. We have, well, for the most part, an understanding of what's happening out there. The general public doesn't realize it could be a rain-wrapped tornado in behind that rain curtain, and I've seen people drive right for them. So it's just, you can learn a lot from those that have been out there for a while and go about it in a safe manner. And lots of us are willing to teach people to do it safely because none of us want to see people hurt ever. So yeah, connect with us and then learn how to do it right before you venture out there by yourself.
Learn from our mistakes.
Yes, we've already made them.
So outside of storm chasing, I see you take lots of little trips into the mountains with like Shannon Bolesky and stuff like that. What would you say is your favorite trip or excursion you've ever taken?
I'm like constantly on an adventure somewhere. My favorite trips are actually with Shannon. You know, we have like an epic time sleeping out of the back of our SUVs with like a mass amount of caffeine to counteract our like lack of sleep, which usually turns into like overtired giggle fits over nothing. So our week-long trip through the mountains last summer was just full of so much laughs and memories and falling into rivers and yeah.
What's one question that we didn't ask you that you wish we would have?
Oh geez, that one's a hard one. How do I not fly away in the wind?
Skinny ass. Oh, sorry, I'll mark that down. 3947.
And I'll say that is probably because the prairie people refuse to let me leave, so they ensure that I can't be blown to Ontario. I tried to go there, and they said they were just setting up like a big blockade.
Get stuck in the trees on the way.
Though I am starting to debate whether I need to vest in some ankle weights because 96-kilometer-hour gusts was a
little much.
Yeah.
Get some mountain climbing gear off Kyle Britton and just strap it to the front of your truck and tie it to your ankles.
Gonna have a winch system.
I forgot to ask when I asked the Storm Chase playlist question. Do you have a storm chasing playlist that you have on Spotify or anywhere that people can find?
I got one on my Apple.
Because the Lost Girl playlist, I feel like that would be pretty popular.
Yeah, I should actually put a link out to it so everybody can listen to my crazy playlist.
There you go. I think that would be very
It'll be an immersion in like the weirdest music ever.
I think you'd be surprised how many people would enjoy that.
So everybody that's listening, make sure you stay tuned to Jenny's social media for that link.
Yeah, I'll post it up there. You guys can join in my like carpool karaoke.
Sweet. Look at
I
the
just
TikToks that are
belted
going to
out.
come out of
You guys can
this.
sing along. Maybe you can actually like drown out my like tone deaf.
Oh,
Ooh.
What's that mean, Curtis?
that means it's time for our weather trivia game show.
Oh my goodness. No, you didn't prep me for this.
No, we sure didn't.
We sure
Specifically didn't send you this part. It's okay. We were nice. There are multiple choice this week.
Oh, thank goodness.
Multiple guess.
You did not give me adequate time to top off on my coffee to answer questions.
Nope. It's more fun this way.
So today's game show is weird weather, and like Curtis was saying, it's a multiple choice game. Doing it a little bit different than the past few game shows we've done. But
Kind of because we haven't found something that we have absolutely fallen in love with, and kind of because I'm a squirrel. If we're gonna be honest about it, it's.
Are you allowed to be a chaser and not be a squirrel?
I think it's a prerequisite.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's part of the job qualification.
Yeah, you can't have that laser focus because it just doesn't work. Ooh, something shiny.
so, Curtis, did you want to go with the first one or me?
I sure can.
Or if Jenny's ready, that is. Are you ready, Jenny?
I'm never ready.
Perfect.
You just fly by the seat of my pants.
Or lack of when you're skiing. What strange weather phenomenon shares the name of an Emilio Estevez movie? Is it A, Sun Pillar, B, Tropic Thunder, C, Rain Man, or D, St. Elmo's Fire? Elmo doesn't know. That's the best accent I've got for Elmo.
I only know the movie St. Elmo's Fire.
Well, that would be right.
So that-
Oh, look at that.
I was waiting to see
You
if that
guys
was
got
our
a good
final
trophy
answer or
for me,
not.
right?
Curtis, did you get on that?
No, I missed. What?
You did not give me a trophy for that?
Oh, I'll send you one.
All right,
that down
so
here.
question number 2. Woof. Sometimes when it's cold outside, I can be seen on both sides of the sun. What am I?
Well, it's sun dogs, but now I want it to be sky puppies. That is forever what it's going to be known as now. They're sky puppies.
So that is, wait, which is your answer? Sun dogs?
It is sun dogs, but no. We are going to change this phenomenal name. It's sky puppies.
From here on out, they are known as Sky Puppies.
Yes.
Sky puppy sounds good to me.
I like that. That sounds like a t-shirt could be made out of that. All right, so this one's pretty serious. What type of strange-looking cloud is named after a female gland? Is it A, a roll cloud, B, a lenticular cloud, C, an ovarium cloud, or D, a mammatus cloud?
This needs to be tossed at like men just for the fun of it. Of course, it's named after the mammary gland, so mammatus cloud. We just call it cloud.
It's okay, Jordan. Don't feel too bad. We won't tell everyone that you got it wrong.
You thought it was the ovarium, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Number 4. Having a funnel cloud and a spinning vortex, what oddity that forms over water closely resembles a tornado? Is it A, whirlwind, B, aquanado, C, El Nino, or D, waterspout?
You guys are giving me such better names for phenomenons. We'll rename everything. It's a water spout.
Now known as Aquanado.
Aquanado, yep.
Yeah,
I'm
that's,
gonna have to answer some wrong here because now people
Just-
are actually gonna think I know what I'm doing.
Just need a video of Jason Momoa flipping his hair back in the water with a
oh, the
water spout
Aquanado.
behind him.
So, question number 5. Sounding like a sign of the zodiac, what happens when falling ice crystals evaporate before they hit the ground? Is it A, Virga, B, hail, C, sleet, or D, Libro?
Falling ice crystals. Oh. Well, your like band of like precipitation that evaporates before hitting the ground is Virga. Does now I'm trying to think if we're just gonna go with Virga.
Damn it, Jenny!
We almost had you on that one.
I was trying to think of the ice crystals if there was gonna be something different, but
All right, Curtis, is it Maracaibo or Maracaibo?
Lighthouse.
All right, so question number 6. Nicknamed the Maracaibo Lighthouse, Catatumbo lightning happens so regularly that mariners use it as a navigational aid. In which country can it be found? Is it A, Kenya, B, Australia, C, Mexico, or D, Venezuela?
I know it's definitely not Australia or Mexico. Venezuela.
And that sounded like a pretty good guess.
That was it was. I was trying to think for sure. I still want to go to that like floating town that just lightning zaps off everywhere.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Me either.
But now I want to know when I want to go.
You've never seen that place? It's like the most
floating
lightning strikes
town
in the whole world.
Well,
And they all
that's this
essentially
place.
live on docks.
All right, I'm gonna have to Google it. We'll finish the game. So number 7, a haboob in the Middle East is more commonly known as what in the West? A hurricane, B, a dust storm, C, a warm front, or D, a monsoon?
A regular day in Saskatchewan.
We call that there April.
It's a dust storm. Chewing gravel.
Question number 8 is, sometimes making a snowman is easier than making a snowball. What is it called when a snowball forms naturally? Is it A, a snow roller, B, a blizzard ball, C, a dewdrop, or D, an Arctic tumbler?
I feel like I really missed an opportunity to reference Frosty the
Frosty,
Snowman's
come on!
anatomy here. I feel like I may have missed one
Frosty
here.
dropped his ball. It's a snow roller. I still can't
Damn
believe
it.
I'm answering all these questions. You don't even have a trophy for me.
Well, I'm gonna have to make something now. Well, there'll be something in the mail. Don't you worry.
Make sure it's unbreakable because I'm a klutz.
Nope. It'll be very highly fragile. So number 9, sprites, jets, and elves are associated with which form of lightning? Is it lunar lightning, fairy lightning, stratospheric lightning, or upper atmospheric lightning? There's a tongue twister.
Upper atmospheric?
I give up.
All right, Curtis.
See, this isn't fair. People are going to actually think I know what I'm doing out there now.
Well, it
because I
sounds
have
like you
questions
do.
so-
All right. And
Next
number
one's
10.
on you again, Curtis.
Frequently appearing around dawn or dusk, what name is given to visible rays of sunlight that appear to have seeped through the clouds? Is it A, crepuscular rays, B, manta rays, C, refracted rays, D, gamma rays?
Spectacular rays, but no. There's no crepuscular rays.
And I should have put anti-crepuscular rays on there as the other one.
Oh, I know, but you can't put crepuscular and anti because then I wouldn't know the answer.
Well, that's why I should have done it. I wasn't thinking.
10 for 10. Wow.
That's incredible. We'll figure out some kind of trophy here, and we'll make sure we send it to you. Maybe a little bit of bling for 2%.
Well, Shane got one of them wrong. I'm not sure which one it was, but he's saying in the comments, "Oh, I was wrong." Oh, I think it was the Virga question because he answered sleet.
Well, I guess that brings us to the end of it. That went quick.
It
I thought
did.
Jenny was going to be way more chatty.
Lots.
That's
Guys, you
good.
didn't know what to do with my lippiness today.
No, it caught me off guard. Just didn't know what was happening. So, Jenny, where can people find you on social media?
They can check me out on every social media at Lost in SK.
Even TikTok?
Even TikTok.
Wow, look at you go.
I might dance on it every once in a while.
And people can follow us on our social media on Twitter at the PDS Podcast, at MB Storm Chasers on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and at 706 Photos everywhere. If you're listening, can you please subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast app and leave us a review if your player lets you do that? Smash that subscribe button.
Where's the? There's no button.
We don't have one. Sorry, we'll
somewhere
improve
here.
upon that.
Fail.
Become a supporter on Facebook for the chance to win exclusive merch and prizes, and don't forget to head over to mbstorm.redbubble.com for your Storm Chase apparel needs. And make sure you tune in for episode 9 live on February 8th with special guest Mike Olbinski. And thank you again to Jenny for joining us tonight, and for everybody that watched us live. Thank you. And
Thanks for coming on, 2%.
Yes, 2% as well. Almost forgot to mention her. Wow.
Oh.
And yeah, we will, everybody that's watching live, we'll catch you again on February 8th with Mike Olbinski.
Thanks,
Good
everyone.
night, everyone.